What's up, fellas? It's your boy Schema back with another episode for the Dynasty. Couldn't do the show alone. It's your boy Bino with the Eagles. What's going on, Bino?
What's up, man? Another day, another dollar. Through the ups and the downs, you got to stay strong. You know what I'm saying? Been a rough season for us so far, but we going to bounce back. What's going on, Dynasty? Y'all already know.
Yeah, we can't say much ourselves 2-3, but hey, we still trying to fight. We still trying to fight out there in Vegas. See what happens. You know, it's on the third season, but look out. All right, this is about the over and under, as we all know. We're not going to take long to dive into it. First game we're going to talk about is the Washington football team versus, guess what? The Eagles.
Oh, shit.
Right now, man, I can't believe it. You know, the Eagles are 30th in scoring with all that high-powered offense over there, averaging 19 points a game. For week 7, he's going to be up against the Washington football team, who's 27th in scoring. You know, he scores 21 points a game. Mm-hmm. What's your take on this over and under for the Eagles and the Washington football team, Bino?
Yeah, this is definitely going to be under, and no pun intended on my man underrated, under 2 rated. This was definitely going to be under. Neither one of the teams can catch our stride, bro. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the schedule, but neither one of us can catch our stride. Neither one of us can stop a leaky faucet, so I don't really know how it's going to pan out. I know we both play, some pretty good defense. So against each other, I think this matchup's definitely going to be under if we're not able to put points on the board. I can't even be cocky and tell everybody I'm going to win, even though I think I'm going to win. I just don't know, with how things are going. So I got this game going under, and a tight one. I'm sure we'll see under again later in the season as well. So,
all right, I got it going under as well. It's gonna be a toss-up type game. Under averaging 21 points a game, you averaging 19 a game. I think this is the game the Eagles wake up and put up about 28 points. But it will be under because you're going to hold the Washington football team under 28. So we'll go with that. On to the next game. We got the Dolphins. The Dolphins are 4th when it comes to scoring offense with 38.6. He's headed to Dallas to take on the Cowboys, who's 8th in scoring with 35.4 points a game. Okay, what's your take on this game, Bino?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it to start, right? You got 2 good users and 2 great offenses. I think Tight's coming to life this cycle, this season with his offense. Something different, man. It's something different. And so far, he done ran through a lot of the NFC East. So, but the Cowboys ain't nothing to sleep on either, right? I mean, they got a very high-powered offense, 290 overall wide receivers, and a consistent back with 2 good running backs. So I expect this to be high scoring. I definitely got this one going over, just off the strength of the users and the team that they got.
With all that being said, both of these guys are, top 10 offenses. But you know what? Old Schema gonna go with the under.
Ooh,
we'll go with the under. I think the defense is gonna tighten up and realize, hey, team that plays the best defense is gonna win. So right. I like the under in this game. Both of these guys thrive off defense in a lot of their games, so I'm gonna lean towards that. On to the next game. You got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Panthers. The Panthers are 24th when it comes to scoring offense with 21.4 points a game. Seattle is only 20th when it comes to scoring with 25.8. Now, with that being said, what's your take on this game between C-Rob and, you got your boy Centaur?
I think this is going to be a good game. Even though the records don't show at this point, I think it's going to be a good game to watch because you got 2 different styles coming at each other. Where Centaur's kind of ball control a little bit, and the Panthers, C-Rob can be kind of ball control, but you really never know what you're going to get. I think the Panthers defense match up well against the Seattle offense, so I got this game going under. I'm really excited to see who's going to win this game, to see if the Panthers defense step up. I mean, they're only averaging 150 passing yards allowed, and that's definitely a strength of the Seahawks offense is to basically pass the ball to DK, just chuck it up and pray. So we're going to see. I got this one going under. Not really sure who's going to win, though.
Okay. Yeah. We both agree on the under. I think C-Rod going to control the pace. Centaur can score, though. Keep in mind, he can score, but have trouble stopping teams. So if C-Rod can control the game, get up by 2 scores, it's an easy victory for C-Rob because now Centaur, like you said, he's going to chunk it up, throw it downfield about 80 yards, hope for a prayer. You know, when the game is tight, if the game is tight, C-Rob might lose this. Don't let it be 17-13 with 2 minutes on the clock. Centaur might drive down and win. He might just do it. He might just do it. And touching bases on that Dolphins game, I got the Dolphins beating the Cowboys. So moving on to the Falcons game, we got the Falcons and the Vikings. You never know how this game going to go. Right now, Noob is 29th in the league when it comes to scoring on offense with 19.4 points a game. The Vikings are 22nd, and he's averaging 22.2 points a game on offense. What's your take on this game, Bino?
I think this one's going to be under. I know last season the Falcons had a pretty good season and got more wins than I think a lot of people expected. And I think the Vikings did make the playoffs, even though a lot of people expected them to. So I think they both have something to prove. But I think the Vikings leans heavy on that defense that he has, whereas the Falcons have a pretty high-power offense on the left. So I think it'll be kind of, water against fire, sand against, whatever it may be. I think it's going to be a defensive game ultimately, and I got this game going under. I don't think it's going to be too many touchdowns scored on this one.
I like the under too, but like you said, who holds some beef against each other in this game? Who's going to try to take it out on each other? It's going to be a cool, relaxed game. Forget about the past, move on to the future. I got the Vikings taking this game, but I got the under. Moving on to the next game. Say again?
No, I said I like it.
Oh, yeah. Now, you got the Bills. The Bills are still, under the microscope right now. We don't know what he's going to do. Is he for real? Taking the game at a time? Does he have, high expectations for himself? Or is he trying to fill everybody out? Well, this right here could be a trap game. You got the Bills and the Jets. The Jets are 25th in the league when it comes to scoring with 21.2 points a game on offense. Then you got the Bills. Guess what? He's third in the league when it comes to scoring on offense with 39.2. They're supposed to be a blowout type game. Yep. But you know what? I'm definitely taking the over. But I think this game going to be closer than what everybody thinks. What's your take?
I'm definitely taking the over. I mean, when you look at the stats that you mentioned and then you factor in that the Bills is only allowing 75 rushing yards on the ground, that makes teams one-dimensional and causes for picks. And it just so happens this game is interdivisional, so I know the Bills know the Jets, and I know he's just licking his chops to get this game going. I got the over. I think the Bills should dominate. There has been some good things from the Jets, so there has been some good things from Squire and them Jets, but I don't know. This new Bill user, man, I think his name ISO JBZ, I think his name, right? He balling, man. He's balling. I got the over on this one. Bills taking the W.
All right. Next game up, you got the Raiders, who's 23rd in the league when it comes to scoring, with 21.8 points a game. And then you actually got the Texans, who are dead last in the league. I know Kyler Murray ain't been in the lineup the whole year. He's averaging 18 points a game. Even with a suspect roster, you got to put up more than 18 a game. What's your take on this game?
Man, I think the Raiders should definitely win this game.
I'm coming for XP points in this one, I think.
Yeah, most definitely. I got the under only because I don't think the Texans' offense is going to be able to do anything. I mean, last I checked, their highest overall offensive lineman, 71, 72. That's just not going to cut it in the NFL, period. Especially on the game. So, and then the fact that he's sitting some of his starters, some of his key pieces, how he just keep getting the penalties. I don't think that's helping this case. But on the contrary, the Raiders, y'all playing good ball over there, man. You're not allowing that many points. You're definitely scoring a good amount. So I got you. I got the Raiders in a very balanced game. Just don't make any mistakes. And I think you should win that game easy. But I do have the under on this matchup.
I like the under as well. Not just because HBO 18 points a game, but I have a new coach. You know what I'm saying? So I know the playbook is nice. Working on sequential play call and when to call what play, on what down and distance. That's still in the making of any playbook that I grab. So I think it's going to score enough. Can I put 40 up? Probably not. We'll see. Because if you can't move the ball, then you giving me the ball in the short field, I might be able to hit 50 on you. So HBO got to be careful. we'll see what happens in this game. I'll definitely put in a little practice for this one. Can't sleep on it. Madness funny, but I got it going under because I'm looking at holding the Texans to 14 or less. Moving on to the next game. You got the Pats.
Hold on now. How many hidden devs did you draft in this recent draft? At least 7, right?
I got 3. My first 3 picks was hidden devs, and then I drew out one, so I think we got like 4.
4. That's what I'm saying.
That's my. And they ball.
It might be an XP game for a big old scheme to dream out there. It might be an XP game, but go ahead. We'll
still depend on the veterans, but trust me, I will put a little loud work in because HBO gonna get pumped. He said I got his Raider. Well, last time he got beat 20-3. So now we're about to play some more defense again.
Talking spicy. I know.
All right, now we got the Pats and the Chiefs up next. The Pats doing his thing. He's 7th in the league when it comes to scoring on offense, 35.6. And you go up against the Chiefs, the hottest offense in the league with Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Hardeman. That's a lot. He's number 1 in the league with 43.6 points a game. Can anybody slow this guy down? This could be a game that you really want to watch and a lot of fireworks. What's your take on this game?
You said it, man. Fireworks. This game's going over. But the hot take of the day is I got the Chiefs winning this game. Winning this game. Only because I think Styles had found his mojo. Found it. He told everybody early in the year, I gotta run the ball. I ain't gotta run the ball. Now he's averaging 145 yards on the ground and 210 yards passing. That's not like the Chiefs, right? But it's a winning formula. Which is allowing him to score a lot of points. So I got the Chiefs in this game, and the over is definitely going to be one to watch. I hope it's Sunday night primetime on the game. It only makes sense, but it's going to be exciting, man. I got this one on the over.
Yeah, you just mentioned about the run game for the Chiefs, but don't sleep on the run games for the Pats.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about a running back Harris who has back-to-back 100-yard games. And my defense has been playing well against the run, but that was one of the toughest ones, toughest times our defense had against the run. I mean, it wasn't bad, but that run game dangerous, man, if you're not looking out for it. So who knows? The guy who gets to 100 yards rushing might actually win the game as opposed to sending him in the pass who gets 300 yards passing. So it might be the run game that wins it.
Right. Yep.
I like the over too. Moving on to the next game, we got the Broncos and the Chargers. The Broncos came in with some hype, but now he's 30th in the league when it comes to scoring at 19.3. The Chargers are getting better. He's 26.6 points a game. He's ranked 19th in the league in total points scored for offense. What's your take on this game?
Yeah, I think this one's going to be over. Not the fact that they don't score, because like you said, averaging, one average is 19, one average is 26. I just think in this game, Chargers might be a little bit pass happy, which might cause the Rams to be a little bit pass happy because the Chargers are going to hit on some of those passes. He's going to hit on a home run at least once or twice, which is going to force the Broncos to basically try to hit a home run and play outside of himself. So I think there's going to be a lot of possessions in this game, which is going to allow that score to kind of creep up over 56. By no means do I think this is going to be the cleanest game ever. I think there's going to be a lot of picks, but I got this one in the over, and I'm going to have to take dub on this one, unless Flair can stay in his game, run the ball with Javonte Williams, pass the ball when he needs to, and play stout defense. If he do those 3 things, he'll win. I just don't think that dub will allow him to get in his comfort zone. I got the Chargers in this one. This one's going to be over.
Well, I'm going the opposite. I like the under. I think Flair going to try to go in there with a ball control type mind, not to score enough. If he tries to, I think Doug can get a few picks in this game. Yeah. When you talk about matchups, outside of fun, I don't think, a lot of people have matchup issues. Yeah, got some nice receivers, a good running game, but I think Flair just need to get a 96-speed receiver to scare somebody. Right. It's okay, but I'm talking about just somebody scared. Scare somebody. Outside Noah Fant, I don't think nobody really scared of Flair's personnel. I really don't think so. And now he got rid of the second tight end. But we shall see. Like I say, everybody play different. But when I play Flair defensively, I mean, if Flair going to beat me, Flair has to get a pick 6. or a pick in the middle to stop the game. Because offensively, I'm not scared. No offense is the only one. And,
Right.
so I don't know what everybody else is thinking, but we shall see. I know Dub is really a risk taker, so I see a couple of pick sixes like you said. I see two guys having a hard time getting downfield on each other. So I'm just gonna go with the under. If it's over, I'll take the loss, but I'm taking the under. But it'll take some pick sixes for it to go over. He does have Simmons back there. I'm taking the Broncos in this.
Ooh.
I got to go with Flair. Something's just gonna happen. Flair gonna get a couple of pick sixes where he thrive off of. If he don't get those, Flair normally loses anyway. So I think he's coming in there for that. And who's the better player to play when it comes to the picks? Unless he's improved, like he said, he is averaging 26 points a game. But I just see a couple of picks in this game that's gonna cost Chargers. But we shall see. On the next game, we got the Ravens and the Steelers. No surprise, Mr. KP himself is 10th in the league when it comes to offense. Offensive scoring with 33.6. You got the Steelers, who's 16th in the league, middle of the pack. He's creeping up with 27.4 points a game. What's your take between the Ravens and Steelers?
I think this one's gonna be under, man. I think this is definitely gonna be under. I think this is a game that KP should win, right? He knows he probably should win this game. But being it's a divisional matchup, I don't got KP winning this game. I got the Steelers winning this game. I think it's gonna be a ball control game. I think it's gonna be a good game. And I think that defense of the Steelers is gonna shock the world a little bit, limiting the rush. Now, all he needs is really a plan to stop that deep threat. Them crosses that come. Lamar get them seconds to throw the ball, them 4 or 5 seconds to throw the ball. If he got a plan to stop that, he's in good shape. I'm gonna take the toss up though. I'm gonna take the Steelers on an under. I think it's gonna be a ball control game. Very limited possessions in this game.
I like the over. I think KP gonna come out, disrespect the Steelers. They don't have Mika back there no more. I really think he's gonna disrespect them. Matchups. I just see the Steelers. I just see this to be the blowout of the week.
Sheesh.
I look at this as the blowout of the week. 36.6 points a game already, and I really do. I think the Steelers gonna struggle this game. KP, he's not a bad user on defense. He'll get a pick here and there to determine the game as well. You got Lamar Jackson to worry about, Hollywood Brown. I think the Steelers gonna play not to lose this, and it's gonna cost them. So KP by 21 points.
Sheesh, by 21?
21.
Wow.
All right, moving on to the next game. You got the Browns and the Packers. Another good matchup type game in terms of personnel. This Packers are 11th in the league when it comes to scoring with 33.4, and the Browns are actually 9th with 33.8. That's no surprise. Both of these guys know how to get the ball down the field, but they have a tendency to lean toward plan B sometimes, which is run the ball. So, with that being said, what's your take on this game?
Man, this is going to be the shootout for the ages. This is definitely going to be a shootout, and I see a lot of possessions in this game simply because the Packers defense is still really good, man. And there's some sleepers on the Browns defense too. Denzel Ward, they got some hitters over there. This is going to be a very, very good game, especially from the skill position perspective. You got Kenny Clark on the line along with, I believe, Myles Garrett is still in Cleveland doing his thing. So I'm gonna just take that, at the stats word. They both averaging 33. I'm gonna take the over on that. That's 66. I'm taking the over, man. It's a shootout. I don't really know who's gonna win, but I know it's gonna be a good game.
With all these great corners in the game, it seemed like it should be a shootout. But I'm gonna take the under, and that's a big surprise. The way these guys know how to score. Tell you why I'm taking the under. Okay. When you play for the Packers, you better know how to play defense. Calais Campbell already been cut. Just that quick. I gave him a full season. The Packers didn't give him not even a full season. So he's very strict on defensive players. You better know how to play defense. So I think he's going to come in defensive minded. He has a tendency to do that at times, just like he did with the Steelers on the last match. So in Green Bay, he can get in defensive mode, but if he does that, can Andy Forrest take that offense, and score 30 points like he planned to do? Right. He plans on scoring 30 points, And and it's not even Baker Mayfield. It's a young up and coming quarterback. So I'm gonna go with the under. I think the Packers take advantage of the young quarterback, that's been, doing pretty well, but not this game here. And I got Green Bay coming out on top. I got Green Bay.
All right, now.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next game. You got the 49ers and the Cardinals. The 49ers are sixth in the league when it comes to scoring, with a brand new playbook. Brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Averaging 36.2 points a game. Now he's going up in Cardinals, which is 15th in the league when it comes to scoring at 27.8 points a game. Without Kyler Murray. I think he just suffered his first loss too. So now you got Baker Mayfield. So with that being said, I think the Cowboys eventually will start scoring points or keep scoring points. As long as Detroit playbook is a good fit, I think he can score with Baker Mayfield practically like he did with Kyler Murray. So I got the Cardinals winning this game. What's your take on the game?
Yeah, I got the 49ers winning this game.
You got 49ers?
Yeah, I got the 49ers. I mean, to be honest, he averaged 36 because he put up 60 points on them Eagles, man. The numbers kind of inflated.
Yeah.
Got him garbage time.
That's pretty hard to average 36 points a game on a new playbook.
Right. So, but yet and still, I still got the Cardinals winning this game. He's a really good user, above all, he'll keep the game. Yeah, I'm talking about the 49ers. I think we already know what X is about, right? He's definitely going to put up his points. He's definitely defense when necessary. I just think that, Ramsey, he seems to be a defensive first type of user who has the ability to control the ball and put up points when he needs to, right? So he's kind of like, I'm not going to say Tom Brady-esque, but he's like Matt Stafford on offense, but he got the fucking Midway Bears defense, in mindset and gameplay. So I got the 49ers in this one, man. This is definitely going to be a good matchup. This is a potential playoff matchup. But I'm going to take the over. I think it's going to be a lot of points scored, even if it's off of simple mistakes from each user, right? Because each user are liable to make simple mistakes, pick sixes, fumbles, and stuff like that. So I got this one going over. I think it's definitely going to be, I'm not going to call it a shootout, but it's going to be a very high caliber game to watch for sure.
Yeah, this is one of the toughest overs to call. It's hard to take expert in the under any game.
Right.
I mean, we can get, it might be 28-20, all we know, but could be 35-21. I do have expert winning, but how he's going to win is the key. So you saying it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to barely be over. Barely get over. And you say, like you said, it's not really a shootout. Right. It's one of those games to where, it's a chess match, but at the same time, in the end, guys are still scoring 7-7, 10-10, 17-17. And you're like, oh, it's a good game. It's tough, but these guys are just, for some reason, a nickel and diamond down the field and catching people sleeping on one big play. Now you got a 17-17 at half grudge match that's going on that everybody wants to see. So it could be that type of game. It could be 38-35. So we'll definitely see. But I think the Cardinals are coming to play. I think they're coming to play after a loss. We'll see what happens. Next up, you got Jacksonville, and then you got the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are 12th in the league in offensive points scored with 32.6. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 14th in the league when it comes to scoring points on offense with 28.4. What's your take on this game?
Yeah, I think this one's definitely going to be under. I think this is a potential, not even potential. This was last season's playoff matchup. You know what I mean? I think there's definitely going to be this game was definitely either semi-circle to halfway check on both their eyes, when they saw each other on the schedule. And plus, they're in the same division, right? So they play each other more often than not. So, and that's why I think this is going to be over. I think both users know each other pretty well. I think they both have a power run game when necessary. I know Gab will definitely let that thing go. Whereas the Colts will basically try to control the clock. We'll see what he's doing with this new quarterback that he got. See how he does and see, what he does on the passing game. I think we already know what he's about on the running game, but I'm thinking he's going to lean on that running game. It's been a staple. They know each other. It's gonna be one of them games where it's like, hey, I'm running the ball. I'm running the ball. Can you stop it? Type of game. And that's why I got this game being in the under. Who's gonna win? I'm not really sure. I think the series is gonna split between them. So if they haven't, if this is their first time playing, I'm not really sure who's gonna win this one. This is definitely a toss-up. But I think it's definitely gonna be under. I think this is kind of like an NFC East type of battle in the AFC. So it's gonna be close, man. One of those too early to call, too close to call. But I think this game will separate in the division, and also establish dominance. So this is a big, big game. Ultimately, is what I'm trying to emphasize. So we'll see who wins. I got it in the under.
Well, I know one thing. Both of these guys thinking they coming in to the game and coming out with a win.
Facts.
This is one game where both guys have a confidence of 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, both guys' confidence level is 10. Both of these guys don't beat each other. It don't got to the point to where SJ, he being strict with the defensive players and some guys on the team, you want to let them go. We had Buckner on the block. Like I said, some guys are getting strict now because when you get a big name, you get a little pull, get to the AFC Championship game, lose by 1 score, start feeling good about yourself. Now you can become cocky and make some bold moves. But I got Jazz winning this game, no matter what moves the coach is trying to make. Why? He just lost a nail bite of the sweeps. He's pissed. So SJ have to take the loss in this one. But hey, prove me wrong and fight back. I like the under just like you, but I got Jazz on top. Next and last game is the Titans and the Rams. The Titans are 18th in the league when it comes to scoring points with 26.6. And the Rams are 28th in the league when it comes to scoring points on offense with 20.2. Chris Murray might call this the SHIT Bowl, right?
Right. Yo, taking notes. I was wondering, nothing to say.
I don't even know how that came to my head because that's exactly what it is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, you know what I'm saying? These teams at the bowl, when it comes, you'll see on the show we're gonna do. Average wins of the season, they're at the bottom. They're not near the top. I mean, neither guy probably won't win 8 games in one season the whole time. If anybody has that chance, I think it might be JB. He due for one good season every cycle. But we'll see. But what's your take on the Rams and the Titans?
Well, at this point, it's definitely a SHIT Bowl, right? But I think if the Titans is able to pull this away, this kind of defines a little bit more in their season, right? It's definitely a must-win for the Titans, and we'll see for the Rams. It's definitely a must-win for the Rams too. But what I think about this game is a toss-up. I think this game is going to be over, right? The Titans are allowing 43 points a game. And I think the Rams is competent enough to understand, okay, here's the weakness. Let me just beat up on this weakness. He's that kind of Madden user. Whereas JB, he always going to put up a fight, right? So I think it's going to be over. I think there's going to be more points scored than we probably assume. Who's going to win? I have no idea. I'm probably leaning towards the Titans. It just all depends on, which fighter shows up to the fight. But yeah. It's definitely the SHIT Bowl of the week. Matter of fact, you know what? I can't even say that because the Eagles is playing the Washington football team, and right now the record is worse than this.
You gotta understand what the SHIT Bowl is. It's guys who've been sad and can't get at least 8 wins in a season for a long period of time. You and under could have been 0-5 each. They would have never called it the SHIT Bowl. It would have been like, okay, just you're gonna get their first win. It takes a lot to be a part of that type of bowl. If you're just constantly getting less than 5 wins a season, constantly in the top 5 when it comes to picking in the draft, that's how you create the SHIT Bowl. So you and under, who's been to the playoffs with experience, no. Chris Murray would never do that to y'all. Never. But as they say, numbers don't lie. So we say the Titans are averaging 26.6 points a game. And the Rams are 20.2. Well, you know what? Since Nasty Luke say numbers don't lie, I'm going with the Titans. I think the Titans have a way better offense than the Rams. But that's that boy Ramsey. So you better hope Ramsey and Donald don't get that momentum. You know that momentum meter that goes all the way over?
Yeah.
if that happens on the Rams side, JB gonna be in for a long night. So he has to hope that he can become the Mr. First Down machine he was last cycle, and keep moving the ball, dinking and dunking, whatever it takes, and score and get a pick. Because until JB know how to play defense and become a defensive juggernaut, he got to be top 5. If JB can come a top 10 defensive type player and stop relying on first downs and offense, he's got to be lethal. He's pushed for a playoff spot. Come down the line, maybe like year 6 or 7 or whatever. So that's my take on it.
That's facts. And on that, real quick, JB know how to use a tight end better than most users in the league. There's a lot of users that use a tight end, and that could really kind of break a game a little bit. So you're right. I think it depends on which JB come up. Which fighter would come to the fight. I definitely agree with that.
This man had a Hall of Fame nominee tight end last year that he drafted, so we know all about that.
All right.
But with that being said, who you gonna put your rent money on? Rent costs $2,000. Who you got? What you got?
All right. Just 1 or 4, because I got like 1, 2, 3, 4.
You got a parlay rolling too?
Definitely got a parlay. There's some that I can kind of put this rent money on for sure.
Okay.
On the Pats and Chiefs over for sure. I'm gonna slap a water bill on the Browns and Packers over. And with my risky car payment that I might not pay the insurance on this month, I got the Broncos and Chargers over. And my last one, this is just a cable bill. If we lose the cable, man, we still got the food. So I'm gonna go to Washington football team versus the Eagles under on that game, man.
So that's your 14 parlay right there.
That's my 14 parlay, man.
Okay, and then yours alone. You say rent gonna go to who? Who you gonna put the rent on it? The Pats?
I'm putting the rent on the Broncos and the Packers. I'm sorry, the Browns and the Packers. Couldn't read my handwriting. Yeah, the Browns and the Packers over. I think that's definitely going over. I think the Pats and Chiefs has a chance not to go over simply because they know each other from all last cycle. You know what I mean? They know each other play style. Obviously it's a different team, but I just know the play styles of Forrest and OG. So I got that one going over.
Okay, so your 14 parlay one more time. Go ahead and repeat that. So everybody.
Broncos, Chargers, over. Browns, Packers, over. Pats, Chiefs, over. Washington football team versus the Eagles, under.
Okay, not bad at all.
What you got, man?
Well, you know what?
I know ours is definitely going to contrast a little bit because you ain't agree with me a lot this episode, man.
Well, I gotta go Pats and Chiefs.
Where?
For one of my one option on my parlay. So Pats and Chiefs over. That's a give me right there. I kind of like the Titans and the Rams to go under.
Ooh, okay. Damn.
Titans under. Okay, we'll take that. Broncos and Chargers. I like that under too.
See? All right.
We'll definitely see. And you know what? I'm going to count on Mr. C-Rob. But you know what? That Centaur offense can get to clicking sometimes in some games. Let's go with the under in the Falcons game.
I like that.
Okay. Rent money definitely goes on the under the Falcons game. That's my rent money. Like you said, your automobile, you okay with Bill? You like that part too. I'm gonna go with the automobile. Mm-hmm. I got to go with the Pats. I got to go with the Pats on the automobile. Right. That's $500 right there.
Shit, that's a gimme, right? They say the house never loses, or the house never loses.
Titans. I got to put the water bill. We just said $100 water bill. Okay. Titans. And then you bought up a new bill cable, and that's Broncos under. All right, cable bill about $200 a month, most houses. With all them channels and internet service all together. Yeah. So yeah, that's $1,800 on the line, man.
Facts.
All right, one trivia that I want to put out. Will Sweet, an expert, win another Super Bowl this cycle?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I would say yes. If you put a parlay, if just one of them had to win one, I'll say yes. But will both win one? No.
No, yeah, exactly. I agree with
either
that.
expert win another one or Sweets win another one. Can they both win one? Hey man, it's very possible.
It's
but
possible.
I'm leaning toward no.
I just don't think it's likely. You know, and no disrespect to either user. Frankly, I just know there's some heavy hitters on. When I look at the heavy hitters on both sides of the conference, it's pretty balanced, and that NFC is tough. I'm telling you, it's tough. So, I don't think it's likely that they both win. I think it's definitely likely that either one will win an additional one.
All right.
That probably be in Sweets again, you know. But X did it, you know what I mean? He did it. So I don't know. We're gonna see, man. That's an interesting trivia, you know.
Yeah.
It's still how many more seasons? We still got at least 6 more seasons.
Yeah, about 6 more.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna see, man. That's an interesting one.
Okay, speaking of 6 more seasons, will HBO get a playoff berth before the cycle is over?
Yeah, he definitely gonna get a playoff berth, and then that's gonna be the peak of his videos. There's gonna come a point where everybody's like, not everybody, but most people get mad at fatigue. You know how you get mad at fatigue, where it's just like, yo, I don't feel like playing the game today. And at that point, people who've been getting their ass whooped and whatnot, they kind of step up and they flourish, right? They've been prepared for this moment, and I think that's when H is going to jump in and get his playoff berth. So I think it's definitely going to happen.
That's a good take, but I'm gonna say no. I think in those situations, you gotta be very consistent, and you play guys that can beat you at any given point 6 times a season. That's SJ with the Colts, JB with the Titans can beat HBO on any given day, and then you got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Man, that's going toxic. Oh my goodness, he's coming. So I just think right now it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, HBO winning 8 games a year on an average basis. It's not even close to that right now. It's more like 4. So, right now he's only reaching quarter 50%. So that will be, spoke about on the next show. Okay, another trivia. Flair won 9 games last season. Did he blow his biggest chance? Or will Flair get the 9 or 10 wins again? How a possibility of going to the playoffs?
I think Flair will get in that range again. I mean, there's 17 games to be played, right?
Oh,
so 9 10 wins is not a reach. Will he have the opportunity to get into good playoff seeding again? That is the question, and I do not think so. I don't think so. That's a tough division, man. I mean, the Chiefs right now, they sitting pretty right now, and you got the Raiders, and hey, listen, it's gonna be tough. I don't think his window. I think his window's closing, but it's not entirely open.
It's gonna be tough. Tomorrow game, whether you know it or not, can answer a lot of questions. Between the Broncos and Chargers. Which team gonna have to dig deep in the off season or in practice, deep into the playbook? Because I know the loser of this game gonna be like, dang, I lost the dub. Dang, I lost the Flair. Because you're looking like, dang, my progression is just low right now. Because you have to win this game. You talking about 2 guys that ain't been to the playoffs yet. I can't say that because I ain't been yet either. But when you are trying to get to the next level, you have to beat the guys that you think are below you. So even though you can win on any given day, But I think Flair will get back to 8 wins. I don't see 9 or 10 no more. But maybe the show, if you listen to it, give him some confidence. Because, you just never know which Flair going to show up. He just like JB. They're due for a good season at some point. Did Flair have his best season last year? He probably did. He got a nice playbook now, so no more excuses. So we'll see what happens. Last trivia will be the Bills. The Bills. Will the Bills continue to be great after this season, or will he be figured out and become a stat machine when you play him?
This is like asking if Jalen Hurts is a franchise quarterback, right? It depends on who you ask, right? I mean, because there's a lot to be seen, right? Right now, I think he has the advantage of not many people know him. Not many people know his tendencies, but at the same time, for him to come into a league and be as dominant as he has been, is that credit to the stick skills? Is that credit to his roster? Or is that credit to the talent that he's been playing based on the schedules that he might have had? Right. So a lot is yet to, be seen. I think I'm gonna just rock with him, man. I think he's going to continue just dominance. It's hard to hang in that division. So if he's able to hang right now, when the Wolves is just sharpening their teeth, imagine how it's going to look when he's able to find some armor and build his team around what he wants. So I think he's here to stay.
All right. That concludes the trivia. Anything else tonight before we close the show?
No, sir. Rock with it, y'all. We heading towards that point in the season where, it's a new year. Things is about to kind of slow down, and everybody about to either speed up, get their games right. Tax time coming in. Motherfuckers gonna be in the house because it's winter time. So, when the league starts speeding up, we just gotta rock with it. And keep the stamina up, listen to your rules, and keep rocking with us, man. Like and share and subscribe.
Oh yeah. And don't forget, we got another show coming. It's going to be about DML, wins and loss averages per season, progress report, who's reaching quota, who's not, who has a chance to turn it around, who's going to decline. Should be a very exciting show. We're going to have Bus on the show, too. So we're going to be ready.
Indeed.
We out.
Peace.